It is Wednesday. It is 11 minutes past 7. It is the 8th. It is raining. It's nasty. And I have summer gloves on. And I'm off to vote. Yes, I am. I'll park. I think I'll park just here, in fact. So there we are. I have done it. I have voted. No, I'm not going to say who I voted for because I think that's completely irrelevant. Although I've got to be careful that I don't talk too much because I do want to actually do this as a not as a two-part video, but I want to film some tomorrow. And yes, well, oh my freaking god. Please be aware that all views expressed here are mine. You may agree with them, you may disagree with them, but either way, they are mine. If you agree or disagree, please let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, and give it a thumbs up if you like it. Or give it a thumbs down if you don't like it. To be quite honest with you, I really don't care tonight. Because I can't say I'm shocked, because I'm not shocked. But this election result, could it not show any more than what it has shown in the respect of that the United Kingdom is so broken, it is in fact pretty much unfixable at this precise moment in time. In fact, it's so broken we should change the name to the United Isles of Humpty Dumpty Land. Because to be truthful with you, all the king's horses and all the king's men could not put us back together again, even if they tried. It would take some sort of goddamn miracle, and I can't see that happening. And in fact, after today, I'm wondering how the human race is actually going to survive any longer after a lot of us Generation Xers have died and left it to the millennials, because they're going to be too busy crying in the corner wanting safe spaces because they get triggered about every bloody thing. So here we go. This is what's basically happened. We've had our election, people have voted. People have voted and we had a hung parliament. We now have a minority government. This minority government is being backed up by the DUP. Now the problem is with the DUP, they have issues against abortion and same-sex marriages. This means that now all the millennials in the country are acting like perpetual children, going wah, please get in contact with your Conservative MP, who they pretty much hate anyway, and tell them not to join a partnership with the DUP. Unfortunately, what they don't realise is that their words are falling on deaf ears, because the only thing the politicians are interested in is themselves. I have no more ways of actually explaining this or telling you this other than it's pretty fucking common sense. Talking about the millennials, they're all going round, oh, look what we did. We gave the Conservative Party a spanking. No, what you did was you give some egomaniac by the name of Jeremy Corbyn the kind of power trip he wants to continue trying to win the general election and send us into the next 1950s, where everything will be state run. That means the railway will be state run, the telecoms companies will be state run, that includes your mobile phones, so you will have no choice other than to pay one fee and one fee only. You will not be able to go anywhere else. The electricity, gas and everything else will all be state run. Now here's the question, where's Jeremy Corbyn going to get the money from to buy all these companies back? Because at the end of the day, that's a hell of a lot of money he's going to have to fork out to a hell of a lot of people in order to buy these companies back. Oh, they're going to tax the rich. Well, let's take a look at that. What do they define as rich? Well, they're going to tax people with an income over £85,000. So who has an income of over £85,000? Well, firstly, politicians. So I'm not sure they're going to vote for that, to be quite honest with you. Secondly, doctors. There are a lot of doctors, especially consultants, who earn in excess of £85,000. So what do you think those doctors are going to do? Do you think they're going to stick around and go, yes, please, I'm not being raped for money enough, please rape me some more, on top of everything else that they have to pay out? I don't think so somehow. And the same goes to a lot more of the entrepreneurship, which also includes a lot of YouTubers, because there's a damn sight lot of YouTubers out there earning a damn sight more than £85,000 a year. This is going to turn into a rant, I know it is. So not only are you fighting for this egomaniac, but you're also going to put yourself in a situation where you're going to be doing a hell of a lot of work for sweet fuck all. Because the fact is that the actual government is going to take it off you in taxes and give it to people who sit around doing nothing, because that's what they want to do, sit around doing nothing. Because they're lazy bastards. So all these doctors and all these rich people and all these companies who are going to be paying a shitload more tax, how long do you think they're going to stay in this country for? Oh, not long. They're going to fuck off abroad. Of course they are. Because they're not going to want to stay in a country where they're getting stripped of all their financial success. So who does that leave left to pay the bill? Oh, look, us. As poor plebs that do not have the privilege or the power to do such thing like bugger off to another country. And on top of that, he wants to bring in the national minimum wage of £10 an hour. This basically means all newly qualified nurses, ODPs, paramedics, etc., are going to be earning less than McDonald's workers. How do I work that out? Well, it's quite simple. You see, before a nurse, ODP or paramedic can work, even radiographers and social workers can even get a job, they have to pay a registration fee every year in order to obtain personal identification number, rather. Then they have to pay for car parking, because they don't get car parking free because they work for a public service. Then they have to also pay for professional bodies, and this also goes down to junior doctors as well, and they also have to pay out for public liability insurance and medical malpractice insurance. So after you've taken into consideration all what they've got to pay out, bearing in mind that a newly qualified nurse or doctor and everything are only going to get paid £1.45 an hour more than a McDonald's worker, you work it out. By the time they've finished and they've taken pension off them and everything else, a McDonald's worker is going to be earning more. So why would anybody want to go into the caring profession if they're going to be paid less than a McDonald's worker? I don't know. I can't work that one out. But then obviously all the millennials out there, all the youth of today, seem to know the answer. They seem to think that it's a good idea to pay people £10 an hour. What else is going to happen when we pay people £10 an hour? It's quite simple. The cost of living is going to go up. This is what happened in 1997. In 1997, the grinning Cheshire cat called Tony Blair decided that he wanted to bring in a national minimum wage. All my friends were going, yeah, let's vote, yeah, let's vote. And I'm going, well, if you did that, you're going to be no better off, because the cost of living's going to go up. Lo and behold, a few years later, and petrol, I think, went up by 150%. Houses almost tripled price-wise overnight. You can't buy a house in London now for less than £1 million. Why? Because the cost of living's gone up. How else are companies going to afford to pay people a national minimum wage without putting the cost of the services and products up? You'll be going into McDonald's soon and having to get a mortgage just to get a bloody Big Mac. Am I just looking at the world from a completely different view to everybody else? Or is everybody else just so bloody blinkered that they don't actually have an actual clue about what's going on, because all they're interested in is protecting their safe spaces, hugging fucking trees and going all la-di-bloody-da? Well, I'm very sorry if you don't like this video, and it's been a bit of a rant, but I've ranted on for long enough now. I'm going to say goodbye. I will see you next Tuesday when I've calmed down. Not Tuesday, Wednesday when I've calmed down and I've had enough time to beat the shit out of something, namely a punch bag. Cheerio, thank you very much, and arrivederci.